Hello everyone, we are live again. Hello, welcome to our next live on our blogs. Let's wait for people to join in. I know we will start in another 2 minutes. This is our third live stream on our blog. So basically, we put our blogs on the story that is there on the website and our social media handles. And whatever questions come on our blog, we try to address on this live stream. So yes, we will wait for more audience, more viewers, and then we will start in a minute. How are you all? I know it's a weekend, evening time. I'm sure people are busy, but if you can watch us on phone, we all have our mobile phones. We are there live on Facebook, we are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on YouTube, all three channels together. Okay, let's start. I'm sure people will be joining in between. Hello, everyone. This is Shweta Garg, an image transformation expert and the founder of Dream Image. Now, Dream Image is an image consulting and Behavioral Training Institute. Again, I welcome you all to our this is our third episode, live stream. So, like I mentioned in the starting, that, few weeks back, what we started doing is that we put our blogs that are there on the website on our story and on our social media handles, and the questions starting pouring in. So that's when I thought, why not do a live stream and address the questions that those are there on my website, or people they are sending me a message on my Facebook and Insta. So the live stream purpose is this. So today I will be addressing the question received on our blog, Learning Beyond Classroom. If you have not read this blog, what I will do, I will put the link right now in the description. You can see it on the screen and you can read it. Let me just put the link. Okay. Yeah. So you can see the link on the screen. This is the link for the blog. You can go there on our website and go through the blog. In this blog, Learning Beyond the Classroom, I have written about some soft skills, that one needs to develop to excel in the market. So the questions are all around that. I have a printout of the questions. I will read one by one and try to address them. So let's start. Let me go to our first question. The first question that we have received is, ma'am, in your blog, you have said that we can't learn these soft skills in a school. Where can we learn these soft skills? Okay, when I say in my blog that we cannot learn these soft skills in a school, that's because our education system is more focused on hard skills. That's the fact. When I say hard skills, that means technical skills. Yes, which are very important for you to get a job. And soft skills, they are not at all technical, right? What does soft skill mean? It includes your social skill, interpersonal skills, behavior, attitude, your personal attributes that help you to interact and communicate with others. These cannot be taught in formal classroom. It is learned through observation and experience. Soft skill includes your creativity, public speaking, communication, time management, leadership, emotional intelligence, basically all those skills that make you a wholesome person. And we know that nowadays companies, employers, they are looking for hiring people with soft skills. Yet these are not part of many educational programs. That's what I mean by that. Soft skill cannot be taught in a classroom format, in a classroom setting. And I also agree that technical know-how is important, for a particular job, because one needs to have that skill. But one needs to have a skill also that define your relationship with other people. your approach towards life and work. That's why soft skill is also known as people skill, and that's what employers are looking for nowadays. Now, coming to your next part of the question is, where can we learn these skills? When you're asking me about learning soft skill, for that, first step is awareness, self awareness. When I say self awareness, means you need to understand that if you are weak in one or more areas, then take the step forward, take the step to work on yourself. Before you start looking for a new job, understand which area you need to work on, then start working on that, because this will help you stand uh, you know out of the crowd, out of among those candidates who are there to give an interview. Next is, you can also find a mentor or coach. Now, what will a mentor or coach or a trainer will do with you? you know he or she will guide you towards strategies to build soft skills, motivate you, suggest resources to you. For people who are already in the workplace, if you're lucky, your bosses, your managers, your immediate boss, they can be your mentor. They can help you to improve your soft skills. We are living in an era where many online resources are available. You can see videos, YouTube videos, you can listen to the podcast. Online audiobooks are available if you don't want to have the hard book or a paper book, right? You can look for online courses. If you understand that probably communication is my weakest area, why not go online and look for a course where you can learn about communication skills? But once you learn, that does not end there. You have to try out. You have to try out the skill, the technique that you have learned, assess its effectiveness, then continue to tweak your performance. And the most important part is responsibility. That means taking responsibility for your own learning. So in this process, what I've told you, what you have done is you have assessed your weakness, you worked on changing your behavior, and then you have to be consistent. See, understand, you get hired because of your technical skill, yes, what you have learned in school, but remember, soft skills helps you rise in your career. That's what helps you. Okay, let's move to our next question. The next one is, can creativity be developed like other skills, or is it something a person is born with? Um, when we talk about creativity, it is a skill which every one of us has. See, every person is creative, understand. And now, when I say this, yes, we are born with being creative. However, with age, it tends to reduce, it diminishes. Now, you will ask why? Why that happens? Because when we grow up, most of us become followers. Becoming follower is not wrong, but starting following things blindly is wrong. That's what we start doing. Most of us accept things as they are. Now, by doing this hampers our creativity. It almost finishes our creativity. Coming to the first part of your question, can creativity be developed by like other skills? See, we are brought up to believe that certain behaviors are right, certain behaviors are wrong. Certain thoughts are right, certain thoughts are wrong. So, what have we done? We are conditioned like that. Now, this conditioning constrains our thinking. This conditioning prevents us from finding new answers. So, what we have done is we have stopped unlocking our creativity. That's what you have to do. Unlock your creativity. That means question yourself. Creative thinking starts with questioning. When I say it starts with questioning, means, uh, for instance, you see an object in front of you. Ask yourself, Now this object that I'm seeing, my perspective towards this object is what I assume it to be, or is it the way only because I see it like that? So basically what you're doing is you are questioning your ways of doing things. That's how creativity can be developed. Okay, let's move to our next question. Now, the third question that we have received is, uh, I understand your point of taking risk in your life and career, but doesn't a person need a solid foundation for that? Many of us want to switch our jobs, look for better opportunities, but the fear of losing our old ones make us feel trapped. How to balance risk taking with practical considerations? Very good question. We all have that in mind. Whenever we think of risk taking, it is associated with fear, fear of losing. See, basically, when does risk comes? It comes from not knowing what you are doing. When we don't know what we are doing, that's a risk, right? But still, I believe that ignorance is the problem. Risk is not the problem. Ignorance is the problem. Now, when you said in your question that doesn't a person need a solid foundation for that? Yes, you need a solid foundation for that, and that is called risk management. It's not about balancing. Instead, it's about managing the risk. To manage, you have to think what could possibly go wrong or what should we do to prevent it. This should be a key part of your strategy development. This is integral at all levels. What could possibly go wrong and what should we do to prevent it? That means you have to apply risk management in your personal life. Surround yourself with people you can trust. Why I'm saying that, if you will surround yourself from the people that you can trust, then things are in your control. You are in the area, in the place where you have control. Instead, no control. Second, what you can do is you can be prepared, get ready to learn, educate yourself in whatever you're doing. This way, you are minimizing the risk. By minimizing the risk, you have lower chance of making wrong decisions. Also, find someone who is already at a place where you want to be. Who has that experience and knowledge in the field or area you want to explore. Approach them, get them to teach you how to get there. And one thing very important, if you always remember that life is not a bed of roses. Life offers you the share of both good and bad. So if you have good days, that does not mean you will never have a bad day or a bad moment. It's inevitable. What is important is this should not let you tell yourself that stop here and don't do anything. That means it should not let these all things should not stop you. If you keep this in mind, then you are yourself reducing the risk, minimizing the risk of slipping into depression, slipping into disappointments, your mental breakdowns. So analyze the risk, work on how to minimize them, and then take the risk. But most important, take the risk. Analyze the risk, start working on that process that I have to reduce the risk, minimize the risk, but take the risk. Don't stop yourself. Let's move to our next question. How can I develop my leadership skills? Very straight about leadership skills. Tips on developing a leadership skill. Now, when we talk about leadership skill, what does it mean? It means that there are skills that you need to develop first to become a leader, right? Then what are those skills? They are personal skills, interpersonal skills, and certain skills which are technical. So I'm straight coming to the skills. Now, first, the skill that you have to develop to become a leader is personal skills. Personal skills means your own attitude, your behavior on personal level, right? That means act with integrity and honesty, being trustworthy and reliable, have self motivation, personal sense of drive to achieve or improve, confidence. Confidence means self confidence. When I talk about personal skills, because if you are not confident enough in yourself, or if you do not believe in you, how will other people believe you, right? So self confidence is very important. Positive attitude. As a leader, you have to show a positive attitude. You should have, that can do attitude has to be there. The next is your interpersonal skills. What is interpersonal skills? When you're working with other people, as a leader, you're working with people, right? You have followers. So you need to develop interpersonal skills. What are those? Effective communication skills, motivation skills, delegation skills. A leader need to be able to communicate their ideas to others. A good leader keeps their team going through both good and bad times. They hold them together, motivate them, and it's not about you motivating them. It's about understanding their motivational skills and using them to go through the process. Delegation skills. As a leader, you have to be able to delegate work effectively, because you cannot do everything on your own, right? So delegation skills are very important. And there are other skills which are technical. Your ability to work on a particular areas, like creative thinking skills, problem solving and decision making skills, conflict management skills. As a leader, when you have people following you, there will be conflict. You need to know how to manage them. Strategic thinking skills, working out where you are, where you want to be, and how to get from one to other. Creative thinking skills, thinking in different ways to generate new ideas. These are the skills that you need to develop to become a leader, a good leader. Let's move to our next question. Okay, it is said that some people are born leaders and others are followers. Is it true, or can a follower become a leader? Okay, it is again related to leadership, more related to leader. Uh, it is said that some people are born leaders and others are followers. Is it true, or can a follower become a leader? Right. See, excellent leaders, are made also, they're born also. So made as well as born. Right. What is the aim of a leadership? To help others so that to help them to achieve their personal best. And as a leader, how well you lead others is the prime factor. A good leader facilitates, inspire, implement. They don't try to control. Facilitates, inspire, and implement. So, when you ask me that some people are born leaders, others are followers, is it true? One, yes, some people are born leaders, but leaders are also made. You can, like in my previous question, I said you need to develop these skills to become a leader. So if you develop those skills, you can also become a leader, right? But yes, everyone is not a leader. Some are followers, and there is nothing wrong in being a follower. In fact, it is tough to lead without having followers. How can you become a leader, or would you be a leader if you don't have followers? And that's the starting point. See, understand. You don't just wake up one day and become a leader. It's a process. It's a long and ongoing process. And that starts with being a good follower. When you are a follower, what you do is you value followership, right? You know what's the value of being a follower, and that's why you become best leader, because as a leader you will care about your followers and will demonstrate in your work towards them. Your empathy, your skills will be developed when you are a follower. That's when you become a best leader. Yes, so it's nothing wrong in being a follower, and yes, a follower can become a leader. In fact, they are the best leaders. Our next question: what are your tips for time management? Okay, time. We all have heard time is most valuable resource. We have to analyze the time. We have to make proper use of time. We only have 24 hours a day, so use it wisely, right? When I say analyze time, that means when you analyze time, especially the usage of the time on regular basis, that's when you will be able to understand the efficient way to use it. Efficient way to use it both in the workplace and out of the workplace. Now, at our attitude, people's attitude towards time are very complex and variable. If you want to use your time efficiently to accomplish all that you need to do at work or at home, you need to be aware about your habits, your current habits, your attitude, because that's what is shaping your time usage. Why we want to manage our time? So that our efficiency and productivity increases, or there is improvement in our efficiency and productivity, right? So how can we do that? For that, first we have to change our attitude. Second tip is declutter. Too much of mess on the table, too much of mess around us, it's kind of a distraction, sometimes depressing also. Try keep things tidy. You will find it easier to stay on top of things if your workplace is tidy, if your surrounding is tidy, your system is up to date, your laptop, if it is also cluttered, the desktop is cluttered, you are not able to find things on time. That means you're wasting time, right? What's the next step? A to-do list. Use a to-do list. Nowadays laptop is there, phone is there, or you can, if you are more of a person who likes writing on a paper, then use that. I'm saying it can be electronic or paper. Make a list. It's a very good way to remember what you've got to do. To see at a list, you will remember, oh, I forgot this. So you know what you've forgotten. Let me highlight these things. Okay, this is my priority. So you can highlight the most important items. You can highlight, take different colors and highlight, this is important, this is my second priority, and that's the last one. Also, you can strike off things once they are completed, or they no longer need your attention. The next is keep a time log. Maintain a daily log of how much time you spend on particular activities. See, it's very important when you are trying to manage your time more effectively. Once you start doing that, you will be surprised, oh God, how much time I'm spending on chatting and how little time I'm spending on working and planning. So what is your time log doing? Your time log is giving you a starting point. It's providing you a starting point from which you can assess areas to improve. Next is break down the task. Now you have a to-do list, you have prioritized them, you have maintained a time log. Now break down the task. Put your tasks into categories. Divide them in groups like routine task, ongoing projects, or the tasks that would further help in your development. So categorize them. And next is pick your moment. See what happened, all of us have times of that day when we work better, or this is the time of the day when I feel that I'm more productive, I can work better, so it's best to schedule the difficult task for those times. Also, if you find yourself making excuses about not doing something, ask yourself why I am tempted to not do it. Don't procrastinate. So these are the few tips on time management. Let's move to our next question. I do not feel very confident about speaking in front of others. How can I improve upon my public speaking? Okay, now, this similar question I've got in my other blog. I addressed it earlier as well. I will again answer this. That was also on public speaking. It was almost similar. So when we talk about public speaking, no, public speaking means giving an actual speech. That's what most of the people think. But it does not necessarily mean that. Public speaking can also be like leading a meeting, giving a sales pitch, telling a story in front of small group, or you're on a dais in front of big group, where you are a primary communicator. That is also a public speaking. Now the question is, how can I improve on my public speaking? One is you have to take care of your fear. Let go of your fear and anxiety. Also, second is practice and repetition. That's the key. If you have a meeting where you are presenting, you need to practice well. You can practice it 2 to 3 times. That will help you to become a better speaker. Also, it will give you self-confidence. Now, if you're working on public speaking skills, do not leave any opportunity to speak in front of others. Grab that opportunity and be the first one to speak. Understand your goal. When speaking, you should remember that it's all about the audience. Be it a conference or a dinner party, or a big group, you're addressing a topic at a big group or a small conference room, wherever, you have to think about what they want. See, Brian Goldberg, TED's director of speaker coaching, he recommends to refer to the abbreviation ABC when it comes to public speaking. That means audience before content. This means understand what your goal is. But at the same time, yes, you cannot please everyone, you cannot satisfy everyone. Whenever you're giving a speech or a presentation, there will be people in the audience who will not agree with your point, who will, and you will see that on their faces. But try to address their queries and questions, because audience before content. Right? Your main goal should be communicating a message in a way that brings value to as many people as possible. Next, if you are giving presentation using slides, then make sure that you give your audience visuals to follow. That means keep your slides simple and clean. Do not memorize. You should sound authentic. Another technique is proper breathing technique and exercise, meditation. This helps you in giving you confidence. It allows you to speak loud and clear instead of that shaky and nervous voice. And the last is use your body language to project confidence to engage your audience, because your body language tells a lot about you while you are on stage. That's all about public speaking. Believe me, all this will help, but all this you should practice. Try standing in front of the mirror and practice. Repeat it. This gives you confidence. Next question. Okay, now this is our last question. Can you please elaborate on what exactly is emotional intelligence and how can we work upon improving it? When we talk about emotional intelligence, EQ, right? It is basically awareness about of your own feelings, how you manage them, as well as understanding the impact of this on your surroundings, on the people around you, right? It also involves self control. It also involves your ability to perceive the emotions of others, your empathetic response to that. Now, if I say this in a simpler terms, your ability to recognize and manage your emotions and also others' emotions, that is emotional intelligence. Now, your next part is how can we work upon improving it? Instead of improving, I would like to tell you how to develop it, right? To develop, to develop emotional intelligence in you, become emotionally literate. That means label your feelings rather than labeling people or situations. Instead of saying I know, say I feel. Understand the difference between thoughts and feelings, they both are different. Take more responsibility for your feelings. You cannot blame people that how you're feeling at that moment. You have to take responsibility of your own feeling, how you're feeling at that moment. Use your feelings to make decisions. Use your feelings to set and achieve goals. Feel energized, not angry all the time. Along with this, when we are talking about your own feelings, your feelings, validate other people's feeling, also how they are feeling at that moment. Be empathetic towards them. Show respect for others. You don't have to advise them, command them, control them, criticize them, or judge them. You don't have to lecture them. Understand, right? This is the way you can develop emotional intelligence in you. Yeah, so this was our last question for the day. Thank you to all our audience and to all our readers for sending in these questions. I always love addressing this because this way, my learning is also improving. It's always, when you're training people, when you're teaching people, you also learn. So I love doing this. Keep on sending the questions to me. I hope I was able to clear out most of your doubts, your queries. We would keep bringing in such sessions. So stay tuned. Bye bye. Take care. Anything related to this blog, you can put it in the comment section and we can take it up. Thank you so much. Bye bye.